Unfortunately, the first two parts of this video were corrupt files. So what I'm doing here is I'm replacing the bearings and the bushings on the deck wheels, the deck casters on the 1445. Sorry that I didn't get. I don't know what happened to the files, but I can't go back and redo any of this. But hopefully this video is helpful.
Anyway, pushed these out at the same time. I cleaned out the bore of the tire, and I found out that there was some actual scarring in here. I don't know if it's from somebody who had done some work before me or what. But anyway, I had to get in there with a grinder, kind of grind that down because we don't want to ruin our new bearings that we're putting in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one bushing in. One bushing in the tire. If I can ever get it out of the package here. A lot of times for this, using a rubber mallet works really, really well. The thing about it is you want to make sure that this open spot right here doesn't cover the grease zerk. That is why it is there. Just like that. Probably a little bit more. Alright, so that's home. So there's that part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our two new bearings in. So these are our new bearings, nice and prepared to go. They just drop in there, like that. And then you grab your other bushing. There's no grease zerk on this end, so you can just pound your bushing in. So you don't have to worry about where it goes. There you go. So now everything's together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and squirt some grease and everything in there before I put our new bushing in there for the bolt. So that'll go in there like that. That's nice and tight, perfect. But I'll go ahead and squirt some grease in there. That way we're not trying to grease the whole thing just from one side. So I'll go ahead and squirt some grease on this side, and then we'll use the grease zerk on this side. Okay, got it all greased up. I'm also taking this opportunity, I'm going to change the type of grease that I use on these things. Historically, I've just used I'll go get the different types of grease, and I'll be back. So, historically, I have used this. I've used various brands, Extreme Duty 3% moly grease, because I grease the spindles and these caster spindles, and I grease these wheels every time I mow. Every now and then I'll do every other time, depending on how long I've mowed. But no more than 4 hours of run time in between greasings. The recommendation is, I think, 8 or 10 hours, something like that. I would have to go back and look. But this is what I've historically used. Had really good luck with it. I really like it. Works really well with steering components, stuff like that. I'm actually going to go to this Lucas heavy duty grease. What I've noticed recently in the heat of the summer, this grease is a little too liquid for me. I just don't like it, you know, after it gets hot. I mean, it is designed for bearing use. Can't even remember. I looked up all the specifications for it one time. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this extreme heavy duty grease, or extra heavy duty grease, whatever. It's the green product, like that. I'm going to use it, and so this is just a really good opportunity to start over with the different types of grease. Since I've already cleaned it out, I'll do the same thing with the top, with the spindle here, and I'll do the same thing on the other wheel when I do that with bushings. So just a really good opportunity for me to change this out. You know, it's one of those deals that I presented with the opportunity, might as well do it and see how I like it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to clean up some stuff. I'm going to clean up all that grease on the inside of the caster, do everything like that. I'll get the wheel back on there and we'll see how it spins. Alright, so this turned out pretty good. Sounds nice and quiet. There's no sound really. New bolt and everything is in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this entire caster assembly out. I could have done this to start with, but I just prefer to keep, makes everything a little less messy in the end. What I do is I just put, a lot of times, put the snap ring back on here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all this grease off. There should be keyword, 2 washers on the bottom of this right here. There are. They actually look in pretty good shape still, so I'm not going to replace them at the moment. So basically these washers provide a wear surface instead of the casters wearing. They provide a wear surface for the bottom of this and the top of the caster here, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe all this off and everything, and then get all this cleaned up. So that actually makes me really happy. These look like this. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and, just like I said, leave these washers on here now that I've got all the grease cleaned off. Pull the snap ring back off. Put the 2 washers on here. And actually put the... I really should clean out the inside of the tube there. So I got to do that first. It's a little bit of a pain. This washer is a different thickness than the ones I should have, which I find very interesting. So I'm gonna work on cleaning this up, and we should be good to go. All right, so there's my rebuilt caster for about 45 bucks. Nice, swings nice. This is still a little bit loose, but this up here, the wheel is nice and tight. Really like that. It helps keep the deck straight, makes the yard look a little bit better. Kind of funny that I'm that particular about keeping it straight, and there's a lot of other slop in this system, but it's kind of nice. I'm not ruining $200 components. Instead, I'm spending $45 to do a little preventative maintenance. So anyway, hopefully that tells you a little bit about front mount mowers. Really like them, obviously, and I'm going to continue to use them. So thanks for watching.